welcome to the crack of dawn. Happy Halloween. I've got this crazy claw thing on. Alexia has one too.
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in to the crack of dawn. We are going into the fall season. I think this is the second episode. And Alexia has been a friend of mine since my kid was 1, right? You probably met him when he was 1.
Yeah.
Probably. So we've known each other for 20 years because he's 18. So happy Halloween. Welcome to the fall episode. We are going to do a fall scene. And so Alexia Bouckoms is from Farmington. Not originally though, right?
No, I was born in Waterbury.
Waterbury? You're a Waterbury girl. Which part? Like downtown near all the churches?
Bucks Hill, near Wolcott.
Oh yeah? Oh good. And you went to elementary school there?
In downtown Waterbury, at Notre Dame Academy.
Oh, so a Catholic school?
Yes.
Yeah? And how many kids in the family?
5 of us.
5? And so mom and dad, what did they do?
My dad was a dentist.
Dentist in Waterbury?
Yes.
Yeah.
51 Central Avenue.
Then 51 Central Avenue. Did he do pediatrics too, or just adults?
Everything.
He did?
Everything.
He did. And where did he went to?
And he made his own
Tufts.
dentures in the back lab.
He did?
And taught me how to work with wax and carve teeth, and that's how I developed my interest in dentistry.
So he inspired you to be a dentist?
Become a dentist.
I can't even believe it. So now, when you graduated high school, like where do you go from that to be a dentist? You move on, you go to
college.
Where'd you go? UConn?
No, I went to the University of Pennsylvania in
UPenn?
Philadelphia.
You
in
did?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
That's hilarious. So you went there first.
Yes.
And then what do you have to study? Like all sorts of science, right?
Right.
And math? Math.
Math, science.
Hard stuff.
You need to get a general education.
Hard stuff though, right?
Yeah.
You have to take harder stuff. And then you get a 4-year degree in what?
Anything you want.
Yours is in probably medicine?
My major was in biology.
Biology major. Incredible. And then from there you went to dental school?
To the University of Connecticut.
UConn.
Yes.
I can't believe it. And they have a great dental program still, don't they?
I was in the first class to start in that new building.
Really?
On
It's beautiful. For those of you that are studying dentistry, that's a great place to go. I know a lot of people are going there. It's a great thing to do.
It's a great dental school.
That's great. So let me do the drawing. She's going to start. We've got a picture. It's beautiful. Let me show you how we're going to do it. Okay, I've got my, I'll get rid of this if I don't like it, but it really is funny. And you know what? It taped it to my hand and it kind of worked. So we're doing a horizon line. And she knows, you know a little bit about art, right? Like, did you ever take art courses? I mean, you do a lot of artsy stuff.
And I carved a lot of teeth.
You can see where my horizon line is. And if you can't see it, don't worry about it because we're going to paint it soon. Okay, that's my horizon line. You can see it. That's where it separates the sky, which is up here, from the land, which is here. Okay? I'm going to put a moon in the sky. Okay? I'm doing a full moon. If you don't want a full moon, don't. Whoops. Let me do it darker so you can see. I know how to draw a circle perfectly, but if you don't, grab something like a cup, a water bottle. You know what I mean? Trace the outside of it. I don't know if you can see it. See, I'm not plugged in anymore. We used to have these things, Alexia, where you'd get up and the whole microphone would come up. But now I can do stuff like this. So basically, this is like when you go to those. Have you ever go to those paint parties where everybody paints the same thing?
No, I haven't been.
You haven't?
No, not yet.
Everybody kind of like drinks wine and paints pictures, and they all look the same. Okay, you're thinking that this is going to come out like this, and it might. We don't want it to, though. Okay. Now, eventually, I'm going to do a little path here. Okay, remember it gets skinnier as it goes far away. And then we're going to do some trees. Remember, trees are growing straight up in the air, so make your trees straight. And if you do a fence, which we're going to do, okay, make sure the fence parts get smaller as they disappear, okay? That's basically all you need, okay? So that's what we're doing for a sketch. So excited. Oh, okay, so we'll go talk some more. So it's great that we're not hooked up to these things. So this is what we're gonna paint. And you've lived in Farmington for how many years?
Since October 1st, 1990.
1990?
Yes.
So we're gonna mix, I'm gonna get rid of the claw for now. Okay, and you can get rid of your claw. We also got these cute little pumpkin things. I don't know, the Dollar Tree. Did you ever notice that you go to the Dollar Tree and not everything's really $1? Like most things are.
But they're close.
Yeah, they're close. You're right. $2.50, something like that. So I'm going to start with a I'm going to do a lavender background. And Alexia, would you know what 2 colors make purple? Red and what?
Blue.
Blue, right. Okay, so red and blue make purple, and then to make it lighter, you just add white, and there we go with some lavender. Doesn't matter what kind of lavender you have, okay? I'm going with this kind, and that matches about right, Alexia? This pretty much matches.
We've got a little problem here.
We got it on the phone. Oh, it's leaking?
This water's leaking.
Okay, hold on. Her water's
leaking. It's going to drip on me in a second.
Hold on, Rich. We're coming with more. Okay, what should we do? Hang on. We've got backup. Hold on. So this is what happens on the crack of dawn. We're grabbing this, and we're going to put that right in here.
Yes.
And then, look at that. Oh, my God. It's like a cooking show. Can you believe this?
We need another
stuff?
napkin.
Then what I'm going to do, oh, my God, I got a wine glass right here. This is crazy.
We need another napkin.
You're good, and then you need another napkin. Okay, hold on. You're going to get mine.
This water's going to drip on me.
Because the water's going to drip. This is what happens on my show, you know. It's just kind of, hold on, we need some more. Hold on, Rich. We're going. Sometimes you can use like a paper bag. I feel like Julia Child. Remember when Julia Child cut her finger open with the broccoli? And they put it on Saturday Night Live, and it was like hilarious. Okay, I think we're gonna do that. Okay, there's not much I can do else. Unless I find one of these, yes, perfect. Okay, this is perfect. And this means we could probably go into another episode, right, Rich? These things happen. But you have to have water, right, Alexia? And you have to have, I mean, you've got to have the water, and then if all the water goes in there, we'll just empty that out. Okay, we got that.
There's no life without water.
I'm telling you, you need water to mix the acrylic paints. So that will probably do it for now, right? Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then if you need an extra plate to mix stuff, you just keep it over here, just in case.
Okay.
Put that down like that. Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty basic, you know, but I mean, that stuff happens. So I'm glad we're filming that because it's hilarious. I mean, we just kind of wing it. And Brian's our editor, and Brian's not here right now, but he edits the show. So if I swear or something, he'll take it out. But guess what? I don't swear. Do you really normally, like if you're in a public and like something falls, like you're carrying your groceries, something falls on the ground, do you say something awful? I mean, I just don't.
No, I don't.
I don't either. I say, gosh darn it, any day of the week.
I say golly gee willikers.
Golly gee willikers, that works. Yeah, it's just nicer. You know, it looks more proper. Proper, as Julia Child would say.
Right.
Okay, mine isn't really leaking that much yet, so I'm just going to keep using mine. So I'm going to do my background, okay? And water is going to make it spread, okay? So I'm doing my background. It's very cheesy looking. And a lot of kids, what they want to do, Alexia, is they want to make this entire background the same color. You know, they want to make the whole thing the same color. And if they don't match this, they get mad. And I'm like, no. What you want is a few mixtures. Watch this. See? Look what I just did. Doesn't that look great?
Yep.
Yeah, so you want some mixtures in. You don't want the same, and if it doesn't look lavender and it looks another color, guess what? Nobody cares. So you're going to bring that all the way down, Alexia, all the way. And if you can think of it, and if you can do it, you're going to paint the sides here. But you can always do that later at your house, okay? And Alexia has a big house, and it overlooks a beautiful sunset. What would you say it overlooks if you banged through all those acres of 9 acres? What would be on the other side?
Trees.
Just trees?
Avon Mountain, I think, is
Avon Mountain it is? It's
back
beautiful.
Yep.
God, did you have animals there? You know, because she has a lot of land. Did you ever have animals there?
Sarah had a pony there
She
for a
did?
while.
The pony?
Yep.
What was the name? I remember that
Willie.
pony. Willie.
Wee
Willie
Willie
the
Winkle.
pony. Wee Willie Winkle. So again, if your colors don't match, don't worry about it. Now all of this on this side is going to be all fall trees. So you don't really need to make that much blue. Just do this, Alexia, just a little, see? Where it's going to pop through. And even if I put fall leaves over that, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I have everything I need there. That's all I need. Now on that picture, the moon is a little blue on one side, so I'm going to make it a little blue on one side. Okay, like that. Let me show you up close, okay? So now you moved into here, what did you say, 1991? 1981?
1990.
1990? God. And
The
then,
reason I remember is we were living in Boston.
that's where
and
you
my
got,
daughter was starting kindergarten in
we go.
September. we didn't close on our house until October 1st.
Same house you live in now, right?
So I drove down from Boston 3 days a week with a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-old for her to start with her class.
I can't believe it. You really did? And she started at Village Nursery too, right?
No, she started at East Farms.
She did? I can't believe it. So you're going to do this. Don't worry about drips because we're making all of this. Hold on. And if you have a cloth, you know, this stuff like dries so quickly that don't worry about the drips, okay? Because people get so nervous. Oh my God, it wrecked it. And it didn't, okay? I left part of the moon, half of the moon, blue because that's the way it looks in the picture. So I'm going to back up now, okay? My new glasses from Eric. Thanks, Eric. And then my new ones are coming too. I always like to do something a little wacky. These earrings I bought for my sister for her birthday. So I just sent those away. They're so cute, little owls. I got them at the mall, at those little kiosks. Did you ever go to the mall?
Not very often these days. I used to go.
She kind of lives near the mall, right?
Yeah, not far.
Okay, so let me show you hers. Same thing. Okay? We're all going slow here. It's going to look great when we're done. And, you know, people have seen my show before, and you know, I've had people be like, oh, Dawn, geez, the painting's awful. And I'm like, yeah, but the guest was great. We learned a ton. We don't care. But it's fun to learn how to paint. And you don't have to make it so hard. People make everything so hard. And part of it, I think, is, have you ever had like a professor that just was so good at what they did, they just thought they were great and you could never do better? Or were your professors all pretty good? You had pretty good professors? Well, anybody that inspired you besides your dad?
Yes. I had a lot of professors.
Which one? One at UConn?
Several at UConn. In fact, there's some that I still see.
Yeah, really?
Once in a while. And
really?
I went to UConn 75 to 79.
75 to 79. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. 79 you were out, or did you have to do residency?
I went off to Switzerland for a year.
Really?
To grow anaerobes in the Alps.
What does that mean?
There are basically two kinds of bacteria.
I'm mixing yellow with blue to make green.
Some like oxygen, and
you wanted to learn about that?
You don't want to have oxygen. Well, I was interested in the bugs that cause dental disease, dental cavities, and periodontal disease. And
really?
The ones that
doing
do it,
green for the grass.
Even though you breathe a lot of air, they don't like the oxygen, so they're called anaerobes.
Anaerobes?
That means that there's no oxygen.
Really?
And I got a job growing anaerobes in the Alps.
You did? You're kidding me. Growing anaerobes. How do you do that? With a test tube in a little petri dish?
You've got a whole big
That's crazy.
laboratory set up with
really
a place to have.
In Switzerland.
In Switzerland.
Which part?
Bern.
Oh, okay. My dad took us there. I know he did. Right, Dad? I know you did. I know my dad took us there. Jeez, I can't. It's spelled a little weird, right?
B-E-R-N.
Oh, yeah. Okay. B-E-R-N.
B-E-R-N.
Yeah.
And
then what did you learn from that? A lot. Oh, then when you got back, then what happened?
Well, I learned how to speak Swiss German, and I learned how to eat a lot of fondue.
What's that?
Fondue?
That's like stuff that's
cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Yeah. Cheese fondue.
People sometimes have chocolate, right, in the fondue maker?
Well, yeah, you can have chocolate fondue, dessert fondue.
Okay, so you learned how to make fondue in Switzerland? How?
And to eat it.
Really?
Yes, and...
With a stick? Oh, I forgot. I told you we were going to start with that purple line, and we didn't. I lied. So notice we're doing grass. Now, in the front, we're going to make darker green, which means you just add more blue. So I'm going to add more blue here, see? And it doesn't really match the picture, so guess what? I'll add some more yellow over it and see how that looks, because we want to make sure it has some shadow going on in it. So the shadow is sort of in the front, and I'll show you now. So, oh my God, you learned how to make fondue? What's the best cheese from Switzerland? Because aren't they known for their cheese and their beer, right?
Well,
cheese?
Swiss cheese.
Swiss?
Their wine. No, they don't have beer. They have beer, but their wine. Their wine is very good.
Swiss wine?
Yes, Swiss wine is really good.
Don't even get me going on that one. Hold on. Here we go. So we're getting like this. Now everybody, like kids would be like, why is the front darker than the light? Or whatever. It's shadow, honey. So basically, you want some shadow going on here. You know, even if you shoved some up here. Okay, but basically our light is coming on the top. And we've got 10 minutes. It's crazy. Rich just comes right over. We love him. I put on my eye cream and watch. I think it crinkled. Didn't it, Alexia? We did some on my forehead. It worked, right?
Yes,
She said it worked. Yeah, the stuff works. And then I went to the mall and I sat down at a kiosk and this guy said, "Do you have time, ma'am?" And I said, "No." And then I said, "Well, yeah, actually, I wish he was a back masseuse. You know those ones in the mall that do it? Next time I'm going to sit down with one of those." So we have 10 minutes. So we have tons of time. We have not gotten to our fall leaves and we still have more to talk about. So you got back from Switzerland and enrolled in school again, right?
And I went to the School of Public Health at Harvard.
The School of Public Health at Harvard?
Yes. And I got my master's in public health.
Really? Really?
My MPH.
Can you even believe it? Really?
And then I...
MPH is Masters of Public Health?
Master in Public Health. And then
How many years?
That was just 1 year.
Okay, yeah.
And then I stayed on.
You're good with that?
Then I stayed on for a second
Where's she
year.
going? We don't know.
I have to get my green.
Oh, you're getting your green. Okay. I mean, she just gets it, see? Yeah, and then green and yellow are going to make a lighter green. And if it looks too cheesy, the green, mix in a little red. It'll darken it into a little brownish green because red and green make brown. So if you mix the green with the red, it'll tone down your green and you might get something more realistic. Because sometimes the green that kids, especially kids, they make green that's just, you know, it's not realistic really. So mine's coming along. I'm going to do a little trail and I'm going to show her that red and green do in fact make brown, okay? So, oh my gosh. So after you got, so Harvard, did you live in Cambridge? Did you?
No. I
moved, commuted from here?
I lived in Beacon Hill.
You did? Jesus.
Because my husband had just...
he got his degree there, right?
I met him at the University of Connecticut.
Can't even believe it.
And then he was going to Mass General to do a fellowship in consultation psychiatry.
Yeah.
So we lived in Beacon Hill, and
Beacon Hill's really nice. It always was, right?
Yes, and I went up to Brigham Circle and to the School of Public Health, and since I was getting a degree in public health, I thought, well, I won't take the subway, I'll walk to class every day. So
Here's your path for your, oh, you've got brown.
Got brown.
But here's some little stuff to make your path. And if you want it like a little lighter.
What's that for?
That's for the path, you know, the path coming down.
Oh, okay.
Like right here, what I'm gonna do.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, so then what, so you were living in Beacon Hill.
But I was walking up to Brigham Circle for about, it took me nearly an hour to walk up there every day.
The path. Yeah.
But I thought since I was getting a degree in public health, I'd practice what I was learning.
Plus you were a runner, weren't you?
I had run a little bit before, but I was, I basically was a walker.
Yeah, and more concerned about
the public health aspect.
Public health, okay. And Anthony got his degree in psychology. Psychiatry? Psychology.
Psychiatry.
What's the difference? He can prescribe medicine, right? I'm going to make it a little darker here, see, Alexia? So it looks like there's some stuff, rocks or something there. And we still have tons of time. So I'm going to save the trees. Now, while this is drying, believe it or not, you know, we saved this for the orange in all the fall trees. So I'll show you how to do a couple trees while we're wrapping this up, and then we'll go into the second episode if Alexia can stay, and we'll finish the leaves, and it's going to be perfect. So those of you that are tuning in, it's so great. I've got Alexia Bouckoms here. She's been living and farming for over 20 years, right? What did you say? Longer than I've been married.
1990.
1990. So, oh God, how many years is that? That's a lot. And so if anybody has kids that are 33, 35, you know, you've got kids that are her age, and they're both very successful. I haven't seen your kids in so long. Sarah, isn't she studying on the she lives in the South Pole, right?
She's at the South Pole.
Doing what?
Station. She's doing research down there.
What is she researching?
Well, she's actually the chief safety officer for the entire research station there.
Really?
So.
And she's 35? Yeah.
Yes, and she's.
Pretty much. That's crazy.
She's already traveled to all 7 continents.
She has?
And she's also gone to a few islands like Japan and Fiji. And
yeah, she's been everywhere, her daughter. And I mean, she's...
I think next station Mars.
Yeah, I know. She's done everything. So Rich will come out and he'll say 2 more minutes. Now, I made this pathway. Remember, when things get farther away, they get lighter. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my pathway just a little lighter. See, I put it right there in the end, so you can still have that. See, everybody mixes the whole thing together. And I'm like, no. You need to save it, yeah. We have 5 minutes. It's a ton of time. Now, let me show you what I meant with the pathway. So with the pathway, when you get farther away, oh, whoops, it's not going to be that light, but it'll be lighter, okay? So even if I screw it up, it's all right. I'm just going to show you. So it's going to be lighter when it gets farther away, okay? I don't know why, but it's just, that's one of the things. Okay, maybe if some sun's hitting it, come up here, okay? Just to fix it up. You don't want the thing, like I said, kids, they're always like, oh, I got some blue, it doesn't look good. Oh my God, that's purple, it doesn't match this. No. That's what you like. And then I did part of the moon blue just because that's what it had, okay? So this is kind of cheesy right now, but you know, when we're done, it's gonna be gorgeous, okay? And you know, I could sign in here while it's wet with my, the back of my brush. Watch, I'll show you. I think you can see. So it's, well, it might not be still wet. Yeah, you can see I could sign with my brush if I wanted to in here, okay? Or I don't have to, okay? But it dries super quick, okay? And we got about 2 more minutes. And then, oh my gosh, it took us so quick to get here. And then where do you do most of your grocery shopping, would you say? Like most of it? Like, cause she's very into, you go to Subed Farm, she gets like, you know, when you get those, what do they call them? You get a big box of stuff and it's like all the vegetables.
CSA, community.
That's why you have a degree in public health from Harvard, and I don't.
You buy a share, you pay
buy a
certain amount of
community
money.
share, and it helps all the people that grow organic food in your community.
You support the farmer.
You support the
Give
farmers.
them the money about 8 months
Would you say it's
before.
way better food?
It's wonderful.
It is?
I just drive by and they fill up a big bucket in my car.
That's it?
I don't have to go to the grocery store.
And you do Sub-Edge Farm, right?
Yep.
And that's right here in Farmington. Have they been here for a while? I think they have.
The farm's been there a while, but they've only been doing the
I'm going to steal some of
CSA for
Alexia's
about,
brown. I don't have my black out, but I have brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this fence here. Whoops. Now notice how I've been using the same brush for the whole darn thing. And you really can. So I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to make this fence. Mine's a little too tall, so you might want to make yours a little shorter, but that's okay. I can always fix it. And then I also have trees. Now remember, the only trees that are going to be moving back and forth are palm trees. Okay, so your trees, you want them pretty much straight. You want a couple branches coming off them. Okay, just shoot a couple trees around there. Okay, and those are going to be filled with tons and tons of fall leaves. Okay, so you can see what I just did. You might say, oh my God, that's impossible. Oh my gosh, we have 1 minute. Oh! It's so fun because I don't know where to look. I think the camera's right there. It's sort of like when you do a selfie. You're supposed to look at the top of the camera. Did you know that, Alexia?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're supposed to look like right at the top of the camera. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go sit with Alexia. Tune in for another episode. We're going to go right into another episode. We're already hooked up with our cameras. And thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you came on to the crack of dawn.
It's been great
Isn't
fun.
it great?
Can I come back?
Yeah, you're going to come back for another episode. I love it. I love it. We've got a Harvard graduate here and a dentist, except.
Can we draw teeth?
Oh my God. I need, could you do an implant if you really like read a book about, if you watched a YouTube channel, could you do an implant if you wanted to? Yes.
Physically, yeah, I could do it.
So if you ever need cash on the side before you hit the streets, you're gonna like do my teeth. Yeah, but it's neat to be a dentist. It's very hard. I have one friend that's a dentist, I think. She practices in Wellesley. Do you know where that is, Mass? Hi, Sherry. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in to the crack of dawn. We'll see you on the next episode when we add some leaves. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. Happy Halloween.
The Saybrook Fish House in Canton has been serving fresh seafood, chicken, and steak entrees for 34 years, offering 3 cozy dining room settings, a newly renovated pub with craft beer, wine by the glass, specialty cocktails, and a lighter fare menu. Open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Reservations accepted for parties of 2 to 42, and gift certificates are also available. The Saybrook Fish House, nestled at the crossroads of Route 44, 202, and 179 in Canton.